Welcome back to LDB Games. I'm Lord Darth Balls. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. This is going to be a little different video than I normally post. This is going to be a bit of a rant on the Brogni fusion. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I am not happy with how this event ended. So, check it out. This fusion is one of the most frustrating fusions I have ever done in my year and a couple months playing Raid. So first, let's start with the good, okay? The champion. Brogni is a top tier legendary. He's not like some silly little legendary that will probably end up sitting in your vault like Pixneal that you use all the resources for to get and then can't really find a use for in the game. Okay, so good on you, Plarium, for making an excellent champ for this fusion. Okay, let's talk about the bad. Actually, let's talk about the good first. I do like the idea of merging fragments with the old school fusion. Okay, it makes it easier without having to ascend all of the rares, having to worry about that. I think they should have done it differently. I don't think the execution of this style fusion was done right, and it wasn't done with the player base in mind. Okay, so let's talk about the bad. In this fusion, you can never count on winning tournaments because you never know who you're going to get put with. You could get put in a tournament with a whale and have zero chance of winning those extra fragments. So if we go through and let's count how many of each champion you could have gotten. Let's do Skimfos. Actually, no, I know how much you could have gotten for all of them except for Mordecai, right? So Fenshi and Giscard, 105 total fragments because I got all of them. Skimfos, 100 even. And Mordecai was 105, which meant to complete this fusion, you had to complete every single event and tournament up to the fragments. Okay, that's the first problem that I have with this fusion. These fusions should be accessible to the majority of the player base. It's the 20-20-60 rule. You'll have 20% of your player base in the top tier whales who are going to be spending money no matter what you do. You have your bottom 20 that are all the free-to-play people, that are casual gamers that are never going to spend money, and probably you'll never get them to spend money. And then you have your middle 60%. This is where your attention, Plarium, should be. This middle 60% is where your biggest revenue growth and your biggest player base growth can come from. So who's in that 60%? That ranges from people who spend $10 a month on the gem pack to people who every now and then will put hundreds of dollars into this game, right? I am one of the people who here and there will put money into this game. Now, I haven't for the last 3 months, and I prepared for this fusion. I saved up 13 million silver and over 10,000 energy for this event. And I even used over 3,000 gems to complete some of the events. Despite all those resources, I still missed 20 frags from Mordecai. And the reason I missed it isn't because life got in the way. No, it's because Plarium has this weird little semantic in their tournaments versus their events. You guys have probably all noticed this. In their tournaments, when a tournament is done, you can collect the rewards that you unlocked after it's finished. There is still 2 days to finalize the tournament standings, which gives you the ability to collect those rewards. When an event is done, it disappears. The Dungeon Diver event that I missed the 20 fragments on ended at 4 a.m. my time. Okay, I had a multi-battle going past midnight that had enough battles left to get me the points that I needed to get those fragments. I fell asleep, which means that while I was asleep, my multi-battle finished, the reward opened up in the event, and then disappeared from my game. And now what can I do? I have now dumped resources into every single one of these champions. Wasted. wasted. Where I am in this game, these 3 champions will not help me pass through more content. They will not help me get to new stages. They will not help me complete something that I haven't completed yet. These champions will now sit in my vault. Listen guys, like I said, I think the idea behind this fusion was brilliant, merging fragment collecting with old school fusions. However, I do not agree with the amount of fragments that were, one, available, and how often they showed up in the tournaments and the events. In my opinion, for this type of fusion to be viable for the majority of the player base and to retain the majority of your player base through consistent events and content, there should be at least 130 fragments available for each of the base 4 champions, allowing you to miss an event or two, or to not invest as much energy in an event or a tournament and still be able to complete this fusion. We all have lives outside of this game. We can't just sit and play this game all day long, but it would be really nice to still get some of the great content that's available, because that is one of the things that I have to say that I love about this game. Plarium continues to release new content, but they need to start listening to their player base. So guys, I've been Lord Darthballs. If you enjoyed this rant, click the like button. Did you want to hop on the bandwagon and rant a little bit? Give me some nonsense in the comments, type that stuff out, get it off your chest, and please hit that subscribe button. I'm still new in YouTube, I'm getting my feet. Get those alerts when I upload my videos, and guys, I've been Lord Darthballs. I'll see you next time.